Hello everyone, I'm very happy to welcome you to the fourth episode of my web series. Just to help for those who have missed the previous episodes, the links are shared in the description below. The ideology of gods and worship is looked differently in different parts and times of the earth. Even today, many people consider trees, plants, sun, moon, mountains, rivers, lakes, seas, ponds, animals and birds as gods and worship them. Even particular times of a year is also worshipped. An example for this can still be seen in Chichen Itza, an ancient Mayan city in Mexico. Thousands who believe in the Mayan tradition worship a specific shadow formation of a serpent in the pyramid that occurs every spring equinox. The Hindu mythology has a numerous variety of worship. In fact, each and every temple has its own style or method of worship. So does the Jagannath temple. What is unique to this temple is that the deities are treated like mere humans.
இந்த கோவில பத்தி மட்டும்தான் மெயினா என்ன சொல்லுவோம்னா, அங்க இருக்கிற பகவான் மனுஷா என்ன பண்ணுவாளோ அதெல்லாம் பண்ணக்கூடிய பகவான். அதுதான் இந்த கோவில்ல ரொம்ப யூனிக். ஆனா பிராக்டிக்கலா பார்த்தா இங்கதான் மனுஷாளுக்கு உண்டான ஃபீலிங்ஸோட இருக்கிற கடவுள் இந்த கோவில்ல. உடம்பு சரியில்லாம போறது, மாமாத்துக்கு போறது, என்ஜாய் பண்றது, குளிக்கிறது, மருந்து சாப்பிடுறது, கோவப்படுறது, அதெல்லாம் ஒரு டெய்டியா இருந்துட்டு மனுஷா என்ன ஆட்டிடியூடோட இருக்காளோ அதே ஆட்டிடியூடோட இருக்கிற ஒரு பகவான் இந்த கோவில்ல தான் அது.
Not just that, they also die like humans. In this episode, we shall talk about the god's death and the search for his new body. The Nab Kalebar is a ceremonial process where Lord Jagannath and his siblings leave their old body and acquire new ones. Nab means new and Kalebar means body. This process happens once in every 8, 12 or 19 years. According to the Hindu mythology, death is the process where the soul leaves the old body in search of a new one. Many saints and monks would predict the path of their soul. They could foresee their death and the new body that will host their soul. In the same way, Lord Jagannath and his siblings too foresee their death. It is believed that they ask the Daitapatis to go and find them a new body. The Daitapatis go on a voyage to find the suitable new body for the lords. The voyage is known as the Banajaga Yatra. The Daitapatis venture deep inside the forest to find the perfect tree that will soon become the lords worshipped by millions. The tree that is selected is known as the Daru or the Daru Brahma. A total of 4 Darus are needed to replace the idols. The idols of the lords are made of neem wood. Not all neem trees can become a Daru. There must be a set of features in and around the tree that makes it to become one. They are: there should be a temple in its vicinity. There should be a graveyard in its vicinity. It should be in the shores of a water body. It has to have no bird other than a single owl nesting on it. It has to be 7 or 12 handspans wide. It should be straight and upright. It should have an anthill in the bottom. A snake should be living in this tree. Most importantly, it should have the symbols of a Shankha, Chakra, Gada and Padma on its body. A tree that satisfies all or most of these conditions is selected as a Daru. A total of 4 Darus are needed to replace the idols, namely Lord Jagannath's idol, Lord Balabhadra's idol, Lord Subhadra's idol, and the structure known as the Sudarshana. The Nab Kalebar happens every 8, 12 or 19 years. The year is chosen when a new month with 2 no moon days gets added to the Odian calendar.
மலை மாசம்னு சொல்லுவான். மலை மாசம்னா நம்ம ஊர்ல என்ன சொல்றான்னு சொன்னா, ஒரே மாசத்துல 2 அமாவாசை வர்றது மலை மாசம். இந்த மாதிரி மலை மாசம்ன்றது ஒரு 12 வருஷத்துக்கு 15 வருஷத்துக்கு ஒரு ஏதோ 19 வருஷம் வரைக்கும் அந்த மாதிரி இது வரைக்கும் வந்திருக்கு. அந்த மாசத்துலதான் இவ செய்வா. அது எப்ப வருதோ அப்பதான். கடைசியா 2015 அது மாதிரி திருப்பி அந்த மாதிரி மலை மாசம் வரக்கூடிய வருஷம் வந்து அது எப்ப வருதோ அப்பதான் அது வந்து அவ பண்றாது.
There were a total of 6 Nab Kalebars in the 20th century from 1912, 1931, 1950, 1969, 1977 and 1996. 2015 was the millennium's first Nab Kalebar. The process of Nab Kalebar starts a day after the Ram Navami, roughly 3 months before the Rath Yatra in that year. Lord Jagannath and his siblings foresee their death and ask the Daitapatis to go on the Banajaga Yatra and find them new bodies since they will be leaving their old ones soon. After the order is passed, a set of Daitapatis get themselves ready to form a part of the Banajaga Yatra team. After the team is set, they are handed the Agya Mala, the mala or garland worn by Lord Jagannath. The team accepts the Agya Mala to convey their acceptance to the Lord to go and search for the new body. After handing the mala, a long ritual known as the Tadi Bandho takes place. In this ritual, a tri-colored cloth bearing the symbol of the temple known as the Geeta Govinda Kandua is wrapped around the heads of the Banajaga Yatra team. This is the small recognition the temple gives the Daitapatis to tell the others that they are here as the representatives of Lord Jagannath. After these rituals are completed, they go to their first destination, the King's Palace at Puri. The leaders of various mats at Puri and priests of other temples in and around Puri gather here. The Banajaga Yatra team carries out a ritual where they seek the king's permission to go to the Yatra. The king agrees to their request and make arrangements for the Yatra. After acquiring the king's permission, the team then comes to the Jagannath Ballabh Mutt. The entire stretch of the Banajaga Yatra has to be covered by foot. Roughly, the Daitapatis walk about 150 to 200 kilometers inside dense forest and across the state of Odisha to choose the Darus. This needs a lot of physical strength and mental courage. Thus, they stay at the Jagannath Ballabh Mutt for 1.5 days to determine themselves to finish the task they have taken up. They sing the praises of the Lord and perform several prayers so as to get their minds in their task. Traditionally, the whole process of Nab Kalebar is a secret that only very few people are supposed to know. Thus, the team sets off for their voyage at 12 midnight, the time when the rest of the world is fast asleep. They start walking towards Katakpur to the Mangala temple. The Mangala is one of the 8 Devis who are believed to guard the Jagannath temple. It takes them about 2 to 3 days for them to reach their first location. As a proof that they came to this temple, they tie a flag that they have brought from the Jagannath temple on top of this temple. They seek the blessings of goddess Mangala by performing few rituals and then move to the Dioli Mutt. The mutt is about a kilometer away from this temple. After reaching here, the Daitapatis perform several rituals. Finally, a selected group of Daitapatis chant the Swapnavati mantra. It is believed that only after chanting this mantra, goddess Mangala appears in the dream of the leader of the Banajaga Yatra team and tells him the exact location of the Darus. After the leader knows the location of the Darus, the team sets off towards it. It is a long part of the journey that is covered with excitement to see the new bodies of their gods. After the Darus are located, a set of rituals are performed. A yajna is performed for 3 days and is concluded with the ritual known as the Purnavati. This marks the end of the first half of the Banajaga Yatra. The second half begins with cutting of the Darus. Traditionally, the cutting starts after the tree is symbolically touched by Vishwabasu with a golden axe and by Vidyapati with a silver axe. After the cutting of the Darus is complete, they are further chopped into tiny pieces and are packed. Local carpenters, under the guidance of the temple carpenters, make a cart that would carry the Darus to the Jagannath temple. The news reaches Puri that the bodies of their beloved gods have been found. The town prepares itself to welcome their new gods. The whole town celebrates as the Darus come to where they belong. The Darus enter the temple through the northern door or the elephant gate. The Darus are then taken to the room where they will be stored. Then comes the annual ritual Snan Purnima, about which we saw in detail in the previous episode. The gods fall ill and are isolated for 15 days to retrieve. When it is the year of the Nab Kalebar, the gods don't retrieve after the 15 days. This is the time when the Vishwakarma carpenters get into action. They are the architects who claim themselves to be the descendants of the architect of the gods, Vishwakarma. These carpenters are the ones who make the idols out of the Daru Brahma. It takes these carpenters 21 days to finish the idols of Lord Jagannath, Lord Balabhadra, Lord Subhadra and the Sudarshana. The carpenters make the idols the same way their ancestor carved it 1000 years ago. During this year, the Sri Mandir is shut for 45 days to complete the entire process. Almost entire making process is a secret, yet some parts of it are an exclusion. The Bado Odia Mutt is responsible for the making of the blood that will run in the bodies of the idols. The ingredients are confined to only the makers. Different flowers are soaked in a mixture of different kinds of oil and is buried under the earth for over a year. Silk threads of different types, colors and sizes are plaited together and that will represent the nerves, veins, arteries and flesh of the lords. However, the skeleton is made of the Darus. When the carpenters are making the idols, no one, not even the king, can disturb them. They are locked in a room and are provided with needed materials. After 21 days, the idols are complete, ready to house the soul of Lord Jagannath. Finally comes the most confined yet the important part of the Nab Kalebar ritual, the transfer of the soul from the old wooden idols to the new one. This transfer is not metaphysical. Lord Jagannath's soul, known as the Brahma Padartham, is physically removed from the old idol and is placed in the new one, thus giving it life. It is not clear what exactly the Brahma Padartham is. Some say it is the relics of Krishna or a rare jewel or an old fossil. Some believe that it is a tantric yantra. Thus, there are many stories and versions available. To really make a guess of what it is, we need to look at the event of Lord Krishna leaving the earth. There are three major stories that talk about the events after Krishna's death.
Lord Krishna doesn't leave his body. When we don't actually, Sri Vaishnavas, we don't even call it as a body, we call it as a Thirumeni. So there is no trace of having found his body anywhere in the world, but they still have to perform all these rituals and everything when somebody passes away. So the funeral pyre is actually lit, and all his wives, which we call as the Divya Mahishis, Rukmini and others, they actually fall into the funeral pyre and give up their body and then go. Now this happens, and the entire Dwaraka and everything goes under water.
The second story is, the hunter who shot Lord Krishna realized his misdeed and tried burning Lord Krishna's body. Everything except his heart had burnt. The hunter tried several times to burn it, but in vain. He then tried persuading several kings across the country to take the heart, but no one agreed. It is believed that he then left the heart in the river. The king of Odisha is supposed to have found the heart and decided to build a temple to place it. It is believed that Lord Brahma himself came to the opening ceremony of this temple. The third story is, in this version, it is believed that Balarama did not leave the earth before Lord Krishna.
பகவான் கிருஷ்ணனுடைய உடம்பு அறகுறையா எரிஞ்ச உடம்பு, அவர் இதுக்கு செத்து போனதுக்கு அப்புறம் அறகுறையா எரிஞ்ச உடம்பு அது முழுசா எரியலன்னு சுபத்ராவும் இவரும் தூக்கிண்டு இந்த ஊருக்கு வருவாளாம். அது குஜராத் பக்கத்துல இருக்கிற ஏதோ ஒரு இடத்துல இருக்கு, தூக்கிண்டு இங்க வருவாளாம். அந்த மாதிரி அறகுறையா எரிஞ்ச ஒரு உடம்பு இருக்கிற வச்சு இது பண்றதுனால அவருக்கு இந்த மாதிரி இருக்கு.
After listening to the three stories, it makes us wonder what the Brahma Padartham really is. The first story tells that it's just a mere ritual. The second story tells that it's Krishna's heart. And the third story tells that it's Krishna himself. It is believed that the Brahma Padartham is not supposed to be seen by humans. So the Daitapatis wear blindfolds and gloves during the transfer. The night when the transfer happens, all lights are switched off in and around the temple. This is one of the most secret rituals that take place in this temple. After the Brahmapardatam is removed from the old idol, it becomes lifeless. It is then buried in the graveyard behind the temple. The Daitapatis, who consider Lord Jagannath as one of their family members, perform the rituals that are performed when someone in their family dies. After the idols are buried and the life is infused into the new ones, it is time for the Yath Yatra. This year, the Rath Yatra is special. It is the Maha Rath Yatra. The Nab Kalebar is a practice that has been existing for the past 400 years only.
18 தடவை முஸ்லிம்ஸ் இத படையெடுத்து அழிச்சிருக்காங்க இந்த கோவில. அதாவது 7th செஞ்சுரியிலேருந்து 19th செஞ்சுரி வரைக்கும் முஸ்லிமோட படையெடுப்பு நடக்குது. இந்த மெயின் சிற்பங்கள் எல்லாம் ஒரு பிரீஸ்ட் அவங்க வீட்லயோ இல்ல எங்கயாவது ஒரு ரகசியமான இடத்துல ஒளிச்சு வச்சிருப்பாங்க.
The priests hid the idols of Lord Jagannath and his siblings to protect them from the invaders. They buried them. They left them deep inside caves and inside dense forests. Since the idols were made of wood, they started to decay when they returned to take it back. Since decaying idols can't be placed in the Garbhagriha, they had to make new idols to replace the old ones. The places where they kept the idols to protect it from the invaders also turned into worship sites. One example for this, Kot Samalai, a village in Sonepur district of Odisha. It is believed that the idols from the Sri Mandir were brought here and kept in a cave in order to protect it from the Mughal invaders. Even today, there is a Jagannath temple there, and the cave where the idols were kept is also worshipped. The Nab Kalebar, which was once a necessity, later became a periodic ritual. The Daitapatis consider the Nab Kalebar ritual as a process of renewal of the idols. Thus, the death of the Lord is not mourned and is celebrated instead. In the next episode, we shall talk about the mysteries associated with this temple. If you have learned something new or you know something other than this, please put it in the comment section so that we can explore together.